Hey folks, it's Os with ASM Auto. So on a very hot Sunday afternoon, I'm recording a tool haul for you guys. I think you'll enjoy it because it's got some atypical tools in it, and I look forward to sharing with you. So stay tuned. All right, first up is a couple of items from Cornwell. I got a new digital inspection thermometer just in time for AC season, and we've been seeing a lot of that going on. It seems to be pretty good. It's fairly responsive. I think it's calibrated correctly. I haven't calibrated it. It didn't say anything about calibrating it. 91.2 feels about right. It's warm in here. Here's another one. Let's see if I can see. There's the part number. No, sorry, that's the sizes it does. Does this thing have a part number on it? But anyway, it's, oh, right there. So it's a Cornwell CTG AWS. And what this is it's a wire stripper. So if you've seen my previous videos, you may notice that I had a Knipex wire stripper. I upgraded to this, yes, upgraded. And I'll tell you why it's an upgrade. So first of all, on the front, the Knipex has kind of like just a very thin metal cutout, kind of like a groove for holding the wire, whereas this actually has teeth. They're not going to damage the wire, but they will hold it into place much more securely. The adjusting on it seems to be a lot better. And then finally, it's pretty comparable in terms of access, although I like the handle on this one is more in line. I kind of like that for wire stripping. Also, I love the color, you know, blue and black's my color. I should say blue is my color, but it looks awesome with the black. But one of the features I really liked is that this one goes from 8 to 30, whereas the Knipex goes from 8 to 24. So I just think this is a little bit better made. It has a wider range. And I've run into an issue with having to strip some wires above a 24, you know, with the Knipex, having to use other wire strippers. All right, so next up, I just bought a couple of things off the SnapOn truck. Actually, I got a third thing to show you after this. So I got added a couple more scrapers for, mainly we use them to scrape inspection stickers off, but you know, obviously all kinds of uses. I thought this one was kind of cool because it's like metal, which apparently it's made by the same company. I forget who it is. I don't know if it's Lyle on this or whoever it is, but it's made by the same company, but for SnapOn, they actually make it aluminum. Or I should say, yeah, I think this is actually aluminum. But anyway, it's metal. It's not plastic, even though it kind of has like a plasticky feel to it. It's a little bit more heavy duty. Plus the angle is like slightly different than they used to have this style that everyone else still has. Like apparently a few years ago, SnapOn actually upgraded to that style. And then the rest are still like this. You know, it's similar. It's got a slightly different angle. This is the plastic version that the Blue Point, I should say, used to be. But at least according to my SnapOn dealer, SnapOn upgraded to that a few years ago. And this style a few years ago. And I guess it's made exclusively for SnapOn. I'm not certain about that, but I think that's what he said. And then this just a cheapy one. Actually has his info on it. I don't know if he wants to be advertised or not, so I'll cover it up. But yeah, just a little cheapy one, different angle. So I guess I was bored. Added a couple new scraper styles to my collection. So this is technically like a new old tool haul. As you can see, this is the SnapOn when they got rid of the USA a few years ago. This is my extra long 1/4 inch. I had a Matco extra long locking 1/4 inch that I sold to my coworker, and I brought this SnapOn from home. So I've had this thing pretty much since it came out back in like 2017 or something like that. Whenever they first came out with the long neck with the comfort grip handle, I bought one. I used it, you know, at the shop for a while, and then I got that Matco one. And ironically, I didn't end up using the Matco one as much, so I just sold that to my colleague and brought this one in. I've got more tools than I need, so I'm starting to downsize a little bit. Just keep the stuff I really like. Here's another one I just picked up. This one's pretty cool. I'm going to need both hands for this, so let me pause the camera for a second. Yeah, so you might have seen this in the latest Matco flyer. Here's the part number, DEK4. And what it is it's like a complete set of the smaller screw extractors. And on the other end, it has a drill bit. So it actually is matched with the right size drill bit. And you could put these on a drill or an impact driver. I believe it says you can use these with an impact driver. I'll double check that. But regardless, these are a lifetime warranty. I've seen them under other brands, never seen it under Matco before. but apparently they've been around. But anyway, they were on sale on the flyer, so I decided to pick them up, try them out, because I did see a guy use a set just like this in a video, and they seem to work extremely well. I've got those screw extractors, like the master set. I think mine are SnapOn. They're ones made by Irwin. I don't have like the ones that made by SnapOn themselves, except for the smallest one in that set. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's see over here. So I've got the old school version of this set, and the only one that's, see this one down here is the new style. That's the one made by SnapOn, because I break that fairly easily. I'm wondering if these are going to hold up a little bit better. They all work pretty well. But yeah, that little guy gets broken. So as you probably saw in there, it's interesting. The SnapOn is a smaller profile than the Irwin. Anyway, you've probably seen this before. This is actually, it's been out of stock for a while, and then as soon as it came back in on Amazon, I jumped on it, used some of my points, and paid like $18 for this thing. It's the Astro Tools 78318. What this does is basically recreate kind of your zero offset extra long ratcheting wrench, similar to the mountain style wrenches or the gear wrench style wrenches. And it does that with the Astro low profile sockets or all the other rebrands or co-brands for whoever makes these things. So for example, this is actually a Husky set. So I'm going to grab one of these, stick it on there. Let me pause the camera. Yeah, and so as you can see, there's like a little ring in here that retains the, if you can get this thing in, there we go. That basically retains the socket, and there you go. There's your zero offset ratcheting wrench. Now, I think these aren't quite as shallow as the actual ratcheting wrenches, these sockets, but that's still super shallow. Like, that's not bad. So anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. Figured I'd give it a shot. Yeah, and some of these are, I guess you could say it's basically a little bit like a pass-through. I mean, it is a pass-through, but sort of. Some things can pass through it. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have seen this thing. I wasn't aware it existed, actually. And then I saw some people with it, and it was out of stock for a while, so I finally got my hands on it. But we'll see. I mean, I have zero offset ratcheting wrenches. Do I really need this thing? No, but I thought it was cool, and it'll give me excuse to use those nano sockets even more than I already do. All right, so this one actually goes back to Christmas. I didn't mention it because it technically I didn't buy it necessarily for professional shop use. But what this is I got this thing for Christmas. It's an auto hammer. So basically this thing up here acts like, it rotates, the head rotates, and it'll lock into place. So you can have all different angles, including like straight. And then, basically just generates a hammering motion just like an air hammer. And it has a thing, like a thing in there to hold like a nail, because technically it's more for like, framing and stuff like that. I think the lock's on. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. But I have seen, after I got it, I saw mechanics using it as a mini air hammer. It actually works pretty well to knock some things out. So I brought it to the shop because I'm not really using it at home. I mean, I don't mind using a regular hammer. So I brought it to the shop, and I'm actually looking forward to finding like an air hammer situation that it might be able to handle. So we'll see, maybe like the next brake job or something. Like, if I get like a stuck pin, maybe I can get something, maybe I can attach something to it to kind of like just, knock it out with like an air hammer bit or something. I don't know, we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity, because it can pretty much, from what I saw, like you can more or less stick like air hammer bits like right in there and just use it like an air hammer. And it seems to not damage the tool at all. It seems like it can handle it just fine. So on to the next thing. That'll be a cool video, I guess. All right. So on to the next thing. I saw this trick on YouTube. Got to stay off of YouTube. See, look at all this stuff. I got the Astro thing. I got that. I got this now. So what I bought is a glue gun. Now, why did I buy a glue gun? Oh, by the way, this brand's Romek. I actually got a second one, which, oh, you know what? It is here. I forgot. I bought this one first, and then I saw an Aero version that looks a lot more heavy duty on sale, and I bought that too. And that was actually cheaper than this because it was the old version, and apparently they've updated it to a newer version that actually has less power. So I grabbed a clearance old version of the Aero to go along with this. So I got two glue gun options. Or if somebody needs to do some arts and crafts, I can take my glue gun home. All right, and then the other thing we got going on here is this is the Blue Point strap wrench set, or not strap wrench, but band wrench set. As you saw in the previous video, I did mention this one in short. I had the CTA set, and some people commented on the video that the CTA set isn't that great, and I had the same reaction because I've owned the rebranded Lyle's, branded Craftsman, when it was Craftsman USA, at least 10, 12 years old on those. Probably longer, actually, because I got one of them at a Kmart. It's been closed for a long time. But basically, I was used to that level of quality. And I'm pretty sure these are made by Lyle, I would guess. These are made in USA, and they're the same quality. Whereas the CTAs were a little bit lower quality. The bands themselves seemed kind of flimsy. And what I really like about these, and I don't think Lyle actually does this, I think this is unique to Blue Point, is they I believe that's weld spatter that they've shaped into like little spikes. So it really helps you, it's kind of like your Flank Drive Plus on oil filter wrenches. It really like helps you grab the filter, which my Craftsman's didn't have, though I don't think the Lyle's have. On the CTAs, they were just like little bumps. So they were almost like cosmetic more than functional. So I think this is going to be just a much better set. So I agree with the people. When I looked into it, I agreed with the suggestions the subscribers to my channel made. And so thank you guys. You helped upgrade my tool collection. I love the suggestions. I love the ideas. I love the I love the discussion about tools. Like that's what it's about. It's I do own an auto repair shop, but I'm also like a tool purist. I really enjoy tools. I mean, it's a lot of fun, collecting them, using them, figuring out ones that you like, ones you don't like, all that sort of thing. So anyway, yeah, so here's the Aero glue gun that I got after I bought the Romex one. I was actually going to cancel the Romex order, but Amazon wouldn't let me, so I just took it. It's got a bunch of glue sticks in it, so although I don't know if I'm actually going to use them. So here's the Aero version. I think this one just feels like kind of professional. It has a little real quick. Hold on. All right, so they both basically deliver the same power. They have two settings. The high setting on both is 100 watts. I'm not sure what the low setting is on the Aero. But anyway, the Aero is it's a little more refined. So the tip is insulated, so you're not going to burn yourself on the tip, or you shouldn't anyway. And then if you do have any glue dripping, it has that little tray built in, which is also the stand. So I think, if you're going to get a hot glue gun, this is the way to go. This is a great deal right now. I think it's better than the newer version. I paid like $18 for that off of Amazon actually from Great Star, the company that owns SK, because they also own Aero. And they're selling the old version, this version, out for a discount. So this is the one I think you want, GT100 DT kit. So it does come with glue sticks, but what's nice about this is, like I said, it goes up to 100 watts. The newer one's like 80 watts. But it does have those dual settings, which is pretty cool. Now, the main reason I bought this is actually not for glue sticks. It's to take zip ties and stick them in here, because I've done this before. I picked this tip up from somebody. I made a radiator last for another couple of years by by taking a zip tie and like melting it in the cracks. But anyway, it's just another way to do like plastic repairs. Is you can use the zip ties. You can take a bunch of zip ties, stick it through the back of there, and like basically turn them into hot glue, more or less. And you can plastic seal or weld something up that way. And it seems to work pretty well. I haven't tried it myself, but I've seen people do it on video, so I figured, what the heck, that's kind of fun. And these things aren't expensive. Like, that was $18, and that's like professional grade. This was like $24. It calls itself professional grade. It's close. It doesn't have some of the refinements of this, but it comes with a case and 3 times as many glue sticks. So overall, all in on this, I'm in on $30. Like, I think I paid like $38 combined for both of these, and got like 30 glue sticks or something like that. So yeah, they're not very expensive, and it's kind of a fun thing to play around with. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I almost forgot. Here's another part of the tool haul. Not this guy, I've had him for a while. I put my that style lights on here. Got them out of the drawer, along with these. So in the front's my new SnapOn headlight, and in the back's my Matco neck light that I was using as a headlight. And then this I just got off the SnapOn truck, saw it looks pretty cool. It's a magnet with 2 adjustable arms that you can hang stuff off of. So I just left the arms in their closed position, and they work perfectly for cradling my 2 headlights. Get them out of a drawer, make them a little easier to grab. So that is that. Oh yeah, and shout out to Flat Rate Master. I saw this was his idea. Dielectric lubricant. This is the stuff that actually conducts, so you can do electrical repairs with it. Which apparently it's a GM product, because GM electrical connectors are so crappy. I think that was the explanation. So anyway, thanks Flat Rate Master for that tip. And that pretty much wraps up all the tools, I believe. That's all I got for you guys today. So peace. See you soon. Stay cool.